All right, to privacy attorney Larry Walters in Lake Mary, Florida, who has handled cases involving everything from constitutional rights, intellectual property rights, commercial civil rights, you name it, and shares this concern that whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you should be concerned what's happening to America. Larry, what is your biggest worry with this trend, this pattern?
Well, my worry is that even this won't be enough for the American people to draw the line. I mean, we've put up with so much, starting with the adoption of the Patriot Act and the warrantless wiretaps, and now we see that this broad surveillance, this broad interception of private communications is going on. My concern is that maybe this won't even be enough and we'll just stand by. I sure hope that's not the case, but this is where the American people should draw the line.
You know, Larry, my major concern at the Patriot Act at the time was that it was a good intention that could run afoul. In other words, in the effort to protect us, it would turn into something that would police us and that it would provide the impetus and sort of the cover to invade our personal privacies and then some. I'm not, less concerned about that. If anything, I'm more concerned about that.
This is exactly the kind of abuse that I predicted and many of my colleagues predicted would occur once the Patriot Act took effect and was renewed under the Obama administration. This is not a left or right thing. This is a pattern of power grab that has been going on since 9/11 and has now resulted in this massive violation of civil rights and civil liberties on a scale that we've never seen before in the United States. And I frankly think you've been fairly calm about it, Neil. This should be an outrage.
You know, Larry, the one thing I don't understand about this pattern of behavior is that you will find that those in power, again, Democrat or Republican, will connect almost any invasion of privacy, whether it's at the IRS or whether it's at the Justice Department, with some loose connection to this act. And long before this act, there was this idea that it was in our national security interests to, go after nefarious folks or those any administration, Republican or Democrat, found nefarious. But that this has now gotten to be an art. And I worry about using an act that other agencies can seize on as a convenient excuse to spy.
Yeah, this is the problem with granting these broad powers to the government in the name of keeping us safe. We'll never be kept 100% safe. And to give up these basic fundamental liberties with the promise of being a little bit safer seems to be an unfair trade-off. It's not good enough for me. I don't think it's good enough for the mass population out there. And terrorism is going to occur. You frankly have a better chance of dying from the flu than from a terrorist attack. And to give up our fundamental civil liberties to try to keep us a little bit safer from terrorism doesn't seem like a viable trade-off.
But I'm wondering if it's something bigger than all of the above, Larry, and that is just the sheer size and breadth and nature of these sweeping government institutions, that this sort of thing was and is inevitable, that whether it's pinned or pegged to a Patriot Act or keeping us safe, that when institutions get this big and unwieldy, it is just a matter of time before they get this intrusive.
That's a legitimate fear. Anytime an organization gets this big or a government gets this big, it's bound to find some way to abuse that power and to invade fundamental founding principles, as we've seen in recent times. And that just may be the nature of the beast that we're dealing with right now.
Is it an out-of-control beast?
It seems right now, based on the reports that are coming out, that this is a far out of control beast that has been developing power, has been getting bigger and bigger for many years now, and now is the time to put down the beast.
Larry Walters, thank you very much in Florida. All right, well, as Larry pointed out, as I pointed out, this is not, for me at least, a left or right thing. It is clearly a big brother thing.